So now I want to talk Metroid Prime 4. We got footage of it during the Nintendo Switch 1 Nintendo Direct the week before the Nintendo Switch 2 one, right? A brand new trailer. The trailer told us about psychic abilities. I was super excited about it. Analyzed it. You can check that out on the channel. But then the Direct happened for the Switch 2. It was confirmed that there's a Switch edition. We all knew it was going to happen, and it happened. We didn't know how drastically better it was going to look than the Switch One. But I think everybody thought, yeah, it would clearly be a better version, especially when it's revealed that the Switch is, 4K, the Switch 2, and it is. So, yeah, you got 120 frames per second mode, 1080p, 60 frames per second mode, 4K, and textures and everything are of a complete different kind, I'll just say, on Switch 2 versus Switch 1. So then Treehouse happened. And I watched Treehouse. I did a live reaction to that. You could check it out on the channel. It's like 5 hours long, but it was a good time. And you can see my genuine reaction to when I first saw this very footage that you should be seeing right now as I talk about it. The minute I saw space, I was like, whoa, I already knew he was in for something else. Then I saw the ship coming into the world, and I was just getting vibes of literally Prometheus, Man of Steel, Avatar, and the Man of Steel comparisons. I mean, come on, look at it. Even the zoom ins that they're doing, it's exactly what happened in that movie. So yeah, the vibes were there. But all of this, seeing Metroid in this quality, this is the Metroid movie I always wanted. I've always wanted a Metroid Prime game that looked just like this. Seeing space pirates and Federation, soldiers getting in their Federation force mechs and shooting things out of the sky. Like, bro, this is incredible. And when I say space pirates, bro, like they look scary. They look like what the Metroid Prime, concept art looked like they were always intended to look like. Yeah, there's similarities obviously between them and like the Arbiter and stuff like that from Halo, but still, this game looks incredible. Art direction, still to me the best sci-fi IP art direction ever. I mean, that ship coming in and then they're going from widescreen and just switching, and the widescreen just fades and out as Samus comes out the ship. Her landing, the minute I saw her, I was like, yo, this looks way better than that original trailer because that shot was in the original trailer. And I was just blown away from, the purple just oozing out of the missile that just basically hit and destroyed, well, I guess one of the turrets that was supposed to defend. It didn't do good. It didn't do good at all. But it's all good because you got Federation mechs running around, and we're gonna see a bigger one, later. Like this whole thing, this entire intro is Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, which is what I wanted more of, right? That vibe. You got voice acting from the Federation all over. You got the GF troopers, man, doing their damn thing all over the place. And it's just the scope, the look, the sound, the character models. Yeah, that goes with the look, but the character models of everything. I love how they rounded out everything from Samus to the actual, Federation soldiers. Like they look so cool. They look like they can star in their own game. Like, can I get a Federation force that looks just like this? Can I get a multiplayer mode that looks just like this? Federation versus Space Pirates? Something like that? Because, man, these character models should not just be wasted here. And it's not wasted, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we need more of this. We need more of the mechs and everything. Like, those could be kill streaks and stuff. Ah, it would be so good. It would be so good. But yeah, back to Metroid Prime 4. Beyond. Yo, watching this, I was like, man, the jump from Switch to Switch 2, the quality is incredible. But also, I was watching it and just saying, the wait. I ain't gonna say the wait was worth it because damn it, the wait hurt. I ain't gonna pretend it didn't hurt because now we here, we on the other side of the wait, and we got the damn thing now. We seeing people actually play it in real time. It's a real thing. Metroid Prime 4 is real. But man, did it deliver in the sense of what my eyes wanted to see, what my mind wanted to see, what my brain wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? What my heart wanted to see. I know you like you just said mind, brain. Look, man. I'm hyped. What I wanted to see from this thing, man. You know what my mama brain wanted to see from this thing was exactly what we getting. It is next generation, and I'm talking from Prime 3 corruption. Like the jump is massive. It is what I wanted. It's what I wanted so bad from Metroid Prime 4. It's like everything. There's shots in this gameplay, like when Silex bursts in and he like is about to basically shoot the artifact, that it looks literally like I know that that was a concept artist image, and they just literally put it into the game, and it looks like it. It looks so good, everything about it, and that's the thing I love about Metroid. Just the amount of detail on every wall. There's never no surface with no details. Even like you saw that invisible wall that Samus just walked by, it even had textures on it and stuff like that. Like retro is so, what's the word, meticulous with it. You know what I mean? They do their thing. God damn. God damn. Space Pirates Federation. Do you know how awesome a game like that would be? I think a game like that on a Switch that has game chat and everything like that built into the console. Finally, Nintendo. The last time we was playing the multiplayer game voice chat was Metroid Hunter. So could it happen? Could they take this engine and say, we just gonna put something together, a digital only experience, right? And you download that, and you it could be an add on to this actual game, or it could. I would prefer it be something free on the on Switch online or something like that, so that just people who don't even got Prime 3 can jump in and play it. And then if they like that, they be like, you know what, I want to actually play the game, get into the universe and stuff like that. So it could be used like an entry point, you know what I'm saying, for the series. But yeah, this right here gave so much, Shadow Moses vibes, Metal Gear vibes. It's so beautiful though. The way they like the world, everything about it. And I know the Switch is confirmed now to have like DLSS, ray tracing, and all that good stuff. That's awesome. Obviously, you got the mouse gameplay, which I don't. I mean, good luck to y'all who gonna play this game for a ton of hours in that super uncomfortable looking fashion. You know what I mean? If it was a regular mouse with that kind of grip, yeah, this looks like it's gonna be cramping. I'm gonna be enjoying my motion controls. You heard? I'm gonna be real comfortable. It's gonna be wonderful. Uh, this just it just looks so good, man. It's exactly what I wanted the game to be, what I wanted it to look like. The jump from this to from basically a Metroid from this generation, Metroid remastered to this one, even though this isn't even a game that's tailor made from the ground up for the Switch 2, is already massive. So could you can only imagine, what a Metroid Prime 5, would look like. It'll go beyond even, you know what I mean? It'll probably be, a drastic jump. Because I feel like this is drastic already compared to what we got in remastered. Like this is crazy, and then it's even drastic compared to the Switch version. Like I think this looks massively better. This is like if they did a full remastered. And I was looking at the gameplay of the GameCube games. Like the GameCube games blow out GameCube games. Like they're literally 4K remasters of those old games. So you're getting the best version of it. Well, you're not getting them. You're renting them. But you know what I'm saying? You're getting a chance to play the best version of, those games for the most part. Because obviously Wind Waker, there's a version out there that I guess at this point we shall not speak of anymore. You know, I got it, but still, man, I wish I could get it too, man. It's a beautiful version of the game. But yeah, nah, the Wind Waker looks great, and that's the thing. Like everything in the clarity going from Switch 1 to Switch 2 is just massive. But Prime 4, it's just an impressive game. Like you could put it next to anything. And this is not about image quality because I mean I ain't gonna bring up resolution. I mean I said resolution. That is resolution. I mean frame rate because frame rate, we know that's through the roof. Frame rate goes to 120 frames. Well, like what more could you want? 240 frames. Well, now you just go play on PC. Go. But not like it has a super smooth frame rate. Obviously looks gorgeous. It's super clear, clean looking. I'll put it up against anything. Like this game is beautiful. And granted, this isn't a game that's trying to, make a giant open world and load everything into that open world. This is still what Prime was. Yeah, there's giant open spaces, but they're all, beautifully designed. All the shadows are laid more than likely by hand. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, everything is real time and da da da. Like, is there some of that? Probably, but it's still following a lot of, the Metroid Prime, I guess, design rules and aesthetics, and that just takes it and puts it at a super high level. Like for me personally, and look, and this is not even trying to throw no shade at nothing, but it's like, and I played the game, I 100% of it, enjoyed it. You know what I mean? But you look at this game versus Halo Infinite. Yeah, there'll be things in Halo Infinite at super high resolution, but this game just overall looks better to me. And I hate that I always got to be pitting, Metroid, to Halo, but it's something that always happens where people, oh, it just looks like Halo, and I'm like, what Halo y'all playing? Because this looks better than any Halo to me, art direction wise and everything. But then you might say you're just biased because you're a Metroid fan, but I am also a Halo fan. Yeah, I like Metroid more, but I'm just saying, it looks beautiful. Like looks. Somebody might say, "Oh yeah, this looks better to me than Doom: The Dark Ages," and it's like if that's the way you feel, cool. I think those are different enough. They're not the sci-fi aesthetic going for it, so I won't compare them. Obviously, character model detail, polygon count. There's no comparison there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Doom's is gonna be higher, but I still say I look at Doom, and I bring it up for this very reason. I look at Doom: The Dark Ages, and I look at this, and I don't feel like this is some generation behind game. You know what I mean? From that experience, they're different experience. One is way more faster, actiony. Can't wait to play that. I'm dying to play like both these games, like Doom and this, are two of my most anticipated games. Seeing as I already played one of them, which was Split Fiction, and damn, that's a masterpiece. But now we got a whole lot more. The year got stacked even more. You got people fiending for Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, we got Donkey Kong Bonanza. We got Mario Kart World. There's a lot going on. But yeah, this game just is, and I feel like it's like that with the Switch. And I said it before: if they get something that even looks remotely close to Series S and stuff like that, right? Then I said for Nintendo that'd be perfect. They'll be in a good spot. Like that's a very very good sweet spot for them, and their games are gonna sing on that kind of hardware. And that's what you're seeing already. And this again, this is a Switch One game. But even going to the Switch One games like Twilight Princess, I said Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, those games. You know what I'm saying? The jump between the visual jump between Twilight Princess on the GameCube versus Wii, the jump for Breath of the Wild and Tears from Switch One to Switch Two is bigger than that Twilight Princess jump. You know what I mean? And that's incredible because like you're playing a super high resolution, way better texture. It just everything looks better. Everything. I will even go as far as to say lighting and everything. Everything just look better looking at, the Zelda games now on Switch 2. And those games now hold up even better. Art direction obviously takes them, even higher. And I always felt like, yeah, if those games were basically playing at the resolution and frame rates of your PS5, Xbox games out there, it'll be wonderful. It'll be beautiful, and that'll be enough. Where it's like, yeah, those games could stand next to anything, and now they are. And I feel like that. That's all I'm saying. I feel like that. I feel like this game looks as good as any shooter. When I was just on Warzone Verdansk, running around, because they brought that back the other day. I was playing that a night ago, and then I went back and and watched this actual footage, from the treehouse of Metroid. I was like, man, this shit looks so much better than Verdansk and clearer and blah blah blah. Art direction, it's that, It's like Verdansk is a whole world with 150 people, and yeah, it's a nice looking game. Obviously, it's a beautiful looking game with mad details, high polygon counts, character models look like damn near humans, but it's just art direction, lighting, everything. This is just, to my eyes, a more appealing game. So when I say yeah, it's one of the best looking games, it's because I mean, to me, artistically, it is. I love the art direction. I love what retro does. It's nothing new for them. Like this is even the same thing with Tropical Freeze. Like Tropical Freeze is such a beautiful game where it's like, yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza is beautiful, But they don't take nothing away from Tropical Freeze. You know, Tropical Freeze is amazing looking game, super dense art direction and stuff like that, just like the Metroid games. All the platforms in the game are actually attached to something in the foreground, background, just nothing is just floating. Like the attention to detail in that game, it felt just like looking at a Prime game. That's why I love, Returns, Tropical Freeze. And yeah, Retro just continues to be masters, absolute masters of, art direction. And when it comes to the gameplay, I was happy to see that, while yeah, the opening is very much Metroid Prime, there's nothing really new here. Obviously, we know psychic abilities is gonna have who knows what kind of you know, effect on the actual battles. Like, let's say you fight one of these guys again later on, but you got the psychic ability, and now you can slow them down. So now you can shoot them and not let the stomach close, so now you can get more hits off. It changes up the dynamic, if you could pull them, push them away. Like when he tries to jump at you and grab you, what if Samus could actually force push him away? So that adds a dynamic to it, being able to hold the space pirate, let's say, and even throw them into another space pirate and stuff like that would be really cool. So we don't know those details yet. But yeah, it's gonna be great, and I think there's gonna be more. Yeah, that's a shot right there. It just looks like concept art. All of this, seeing the Federation around her, the pirates, around. It feels like, man, give me hunters, give me hunters. Nah, yeah, it just looks awesome. And then I love that Silex basically wasn't going for Samus at all. He went for the artifact. He wanted to cause mayhem. He don't care. And then the artifact basically just goes off. And now what happens? Obviously, we know a lot of things happen. But the Samus, I mean, that if that gives Samus her actual powers, then does that mean everybody else got the psychic abilities too? You get what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think that necessarily that blast is going to be the cause 100%. I think yeah, everybody's gonna get warped, but I think something's gonna take her and bestow upon her as the chosen one, the gift, and then put the diamond on her head, and then she's gonna go and do all her, psychic stuff, and it's gonna be great. There's a lot still that we don't know, and I think there'll be a direct for this, or obviously there'll be bigger trailers now featuring beautiful action set pieces, cinematics, and all that, like we saw in this Treehouse Live footage. It's gonna be amazing. I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. I can't wait to see more of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And the sad part is that we don't even got a release date for it. So who knows what's gonna happen? Like when it comes to the next time we see this, do we gotta wait till like a direct in June? Is the game coming out in August like I predict? Is it coming out in the fall? Who knows? The game looks far, man, along. Like that game look complete, like ready to go. So it's just like a thing of are they just waiting for the right timeline? Obviously, that's part of it. I think everything that they've shown already is done, and they just waiting to drop it. But maybe Prime being one of the biggest games here, in the kind of game it is, maybe that needs a little bit more time just to get it to run perfect lock frame rates, whether it's the 120 frame, whether it's the 60 frames, 4K, also, oh, we got to get the Switch version up to par, the regular one. So, yeah, maybe that game needs a little bit more time. So maybe that'll be a full game alongside like Pokemon. I can see that being the thing, you know? But who knows? Who knows? Metroid, man. This was, I don't know how to say it, a dream come true. And look, I want more. I want this to be, more than Prime 3, Prime 2, and Prime 1. Obviously, you're going to lose your abilities. You're going to go somewhere. But what you grow into, I want it to be the best ever. I don't know if you noticed, but when you see Samus running around and Morph Ball, well, she comes out of Morph Ball, if you're like holding a certain direction on the analog stick, she comes out running in that direction. So there was times when you saw her like running into the wall, and I was like, man, that's so cool. Her character model was right there, super high quality. I wish they used that third person, real time stuff a little bit more, where you go and maybe, you know, swing on something and the camera maybe pans out and you got to do it in third person. Like, obviously, if you play games like Split Fiction, there's no excuse, man. You could go from any genre to any genre and it could work seamlessly. You just got to do it right. You know what I'm saying? So Metroid, you go from first person to third person. Third person, you're always a ball. You know what I'm saying? But still, you go right from first to third, seamless transition. It looks more seamless than ever. So maybe there'll be more instances where you go from first person to third person, and there'll be seamless transitions, like maybe glory kills, like other M style. That would be literally the dream come true. Like that's it. Like that. That'll be the bow on top, and maybe the speed boots. But I don't know. Maybe like we couldn't do her running 1,000 miles through the level design because of Switch One. But we got you right on the next one. You heard Metroid Prime 5 made for these super fast loading times of the Nintendo Switch 2. We got you, and she'll be able to run through, shine spark through everything, and that'll be awesome. But yeah, I assume that we're gonna get a lot more upgrades and newness to this game that we don't know about. It's not just gonna be, you know, I think the psychic ability already tells you that, but it's not just gonna be Metroid Prime, because I think a lot of people think like, yeah, it's just gonna be the same old thing. I don't think it is. I think they just, it felt like the way this game started. It felt like if you played through the trilogy, it lets you know, okay, yeah, we're not just gonna start all quiet, whatever, and act like Prime 3 and all the epic bombasticness that happened didn't happen. So we're gonna start you just like that, crazy, right where you left off. We got the Galactic Federation, everybody, doing what they do. The Space Pirates doing what they do, Galactic doing what they do, and Samus right in the middle of it all. Better than ever before. And obviously, then you get the artifact moment, and then what's gonna happen, what kind of Metroid game is actually gonna be, who knows? But I've seen so much of it that looks like Metroid Prime 3 that I'm satisfied already, from the enemy designs, from the level design, that whole area with the bridge and stuff like that all reminds me of, Brio, and areas remind me of Skytown, and the vibes, the sound. It sounds very much like the evolution that continued with the series from Prime 1 to 2 to 3 to now 4. Everything is upgraded, beautiful. I love it. And yeah, I just can't wait to see more of it. This footage from the treehouse was incredible, 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 man. Like just mind blowing. And yeah, that's Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.